The story is related with mythology gods. The story starts and we are shown a statue of a god, that is, a statue of a goddess is shown, which was a symbol of grains and wealth. People believed that she spread peace and love in this world. And now in this movie, it is believed that when this world was not created, this goddess gave birth to many children, that is, she gave birth to her first son Hastar, whom she loved very much, but her first son wants to take her money, food, and power. He has taken a gold from his mother, but when he tried to take food from his mother, his siblings attack him. They saved the food. His siblings were about to end him, but his mother, the goddess, saved him. He gets the punishment for his greed, that no one will worship him. Many years has passed. She hid her son inside her belly, the statue of the goddess kept in Tumbbad village. After seeing a statue, the local peoples make a temple around the statue and they start worshipping the Hastar. But the worship of him is forbidden. After that, other gods become furious. The place where Hastar's temple was built is cursed by other gods. After the curse on the Tumbbad village, there started a heavy rain in the village which didn't stop. And now, after many years have passed, a woman is shown in Tumbbad village. A lady comes to the Sarkar palace, and there was only one pundit alive, whose name was Sarkar. That is why this place was called Sarkar Palace. She asks Sarkar for a gold coin. Sarkar said her, "You cannot get gold coin easily, you have to do something for that." The scene shifts to lady's house. She has two sons. The elder son's name is Vinayak Rao and the younger son's name is Sadashiv Rao. They both are waiting for their mother, because she used to go to the Sarkar palace daily, and today she was very late, and hear both her sons talk among themselves, that who will give food to the grandmother. Basically, an old woman lives in their house, whom all these people used to call Dottie. She is very old and she had a lot of injuries, and her whole body was badly damaged. After this, both her sons open the door and come inside the house, and after a while their mother also comes. They asks mother whether she is get a gold coin. Scene shifts from here to Sarkar palace. We come to know that Sarkar has died. The villagers practice the funeral rituals. The woman tells her son that we will not live here, we will move to other village. The story was from old times, so there was no motorcycle or a car. The lady told her sons, let's go to another city. Scene shifts, her son was sitting on a branch of old tree. He was sitting there when suddenly he falls from there, and gets very badly injury. Then his other brother Vinayak Rao goes to call his mother, and his mother takes him to doctor. Then his son Vinayak Rao asks his mother that, if grandmother feels hungry, then what should I say to her? Then Vinayak Rao's mom says, give her food, and if she troubles you more than this, then tell her that sleep grandma, otherwise Hastar will come. And after this it happens like this, and suddenly his grandmother asks him, that do you want the treasure? Being greedy, he goes near her door, that maybe grandmother will tell him the way to the treasure. But as Vinayak come close to her, she said treasure is at Sarkar palace, and before Vinayak asks anything about treasure, she attacks him and catches him, and says that, today I will eat you. She takes him inside to eat him. Vinayak trying to remember what mother said, while grandma drag him inside room, to cut his neck. Finally Vinayak remembers the words, which his mother had said, go to sleep grandmother, otherwise Hastar will arrive. And on hearing this, grandmother falls asleep, and then Vinayak's mother also arrives there. Vinayak asks his mother about his brother, and his mother does not reply anything because Vinayak's brother had died. And his mother now tells him that we have to leave from here immediately. Then as soon as it is morning, these people sit in a boat and leave for another city. Vinayak asks his mother about the gold coin. His mother angrily gives him a gold coin. Vinayak asks mother, what if we do not give food to grandmother? Then she probably will tell us more about the treasures. His mother shut him down and takes oath from him that he will not come to the Tumbbad village again after today. Maybe his mother had learned the lesson of her greed by losing her son. The time passes. Scene of 15 years later is shown. He had grown up, and he comes to the Tumbbad village again because even today he had greed in his heart about the treasure that his grandmother has told him about. So he first comes to his old house and sees that grandmother is still alive, but a very big tree has come from her, and Vinayak sees the grandmother and laugh with joy. Then he again asks his grandmother about the treasure, and he says that grandmother, if you tell me about the treasure, we will share it among ourselves. His grandmother reply him that now I do not want anything, and now I do not want to live more, I just want to die. Then Vinayak makes a deal with grandmother, if she told about the treasure, I will make you free. His grandmother started telling a story about herself. Once upon a time, I was expert at moving down in well. Now Vinayak has discovered the treasure is in the well, and he also find about the place where the well is located. Then he practiced to go down in the well, but he doesn't know how to take a treasure from down there. After trying, Vinayak comes back to grandmother and she tells him. She tells him the whole secret of treasures. After this, Vinayak sets his house on fire along with his grandmother, because he had promised his grandmother to make her free, and now he comes back home with a gold coin. He sees that his wife has started a small business. She grinds grains and sells them, and here Vinayak tells his wife that I will make you the queen. Now we are going to have a lot of money, and our days will change, and we are going to be very rich. After correcting his condition, he comes to the pundit from whom he had taken a loan. He shows the gold coin to pundit and asks him how much money it is worth. Vinayak pays all his debt. Again after some days, Vinayak went to Tumbbad village, and come back with few gold coins. Again he sells them to Pundit. His condition now changed, he became rich day by day. Pundit tells him to make him a partner in his business, but Vinayak does not agree to Pundit's words. Now Pundit had agreed in his heart that he should also go to the village, and bring the gold coins. Then Pundit gives money to a woman, for 2 days that she should stay with Vinayak and make him busy with her. Then he will go to Tumbbad village, and find out about the treasure, but that woman tells everything to Vinayak and greed for more money. Then scene shift to Tumbbad village. There we see the Pundit, who has now reached the village. After knowing Pundit plan, Vinayak also came behind Pundit. He was spying on Pundit, but now, Vinayak willingly shows everything to Pundit, that what he do, what was his routine to get a gold coins. Pundit sees the Vinayak goes down in the well, and comes back with gold coins. After this, the Pundit goes in the well for a gold coins. The well gets darker as Pundit goes in by a narrow path. The walls inside well was red colored, and it was clearly felt here that someone is breathing. Then Pundit arrive where he sees a small truck. When he opens it, a small flower doll comes out of it. He holds the doll. Then the Haster gets the smell of grains. He comes down, and eats the Pundit along with the doll. After a while Vinayak arrives there, and he sees that the Pundit was also in the same condition as his grandmother. But the Pundit had probably helped Vinayak once, so he helps him and frees him from his life. Basically, after Haster bite any person, that person will be immortal forever, but the body will be completely damaged forever. As his grandmother body shown in the start. Or as the body of the Pundit is shown. After this, the story shifts forward. After a few years, we see here that Vinayak has an elder son, whose one leg was damaged. Vinayak gives a small workstation to his son in his own house. He makes a doll where he practices going down the well, and notes down every day that, in how many seconds or how much time he completed this task, and here the government had decided to take that village under its control. Vinayak was worried after hearing this. He was thinking how to go Tumbbad village and brings the gold coins? Because Vinayak is getting old, he wanted to train his son to bring a gold coins. Now he comes to the Tumbbad village. He teaches him how to make a wheat doll, and says while making a wheat doll to add some stones in the doll, because Haster will eat it slowly and we will get a more time to collect the gold coins. After then Vinayak's son keeps a second doll with him by mistake. They arrive down in well. Vinayak's son get the doll out of his shirt, then the Haster comes there immediately. After this his son quickly collect the coins and come upside, and Vinayak scolds his son, but Vinayak's son shows the gold coin that he picked from down there. After this Vinayak's son says, if in this way we give a lot of dolls to the Haster, then he will get busy in eating them and we can bring a lot of gold from there. And the next day Vinayak and his son implements his plan. Now they go out towards the village. They buy a lot of flour to make a lots of dolls. After that they both went to home. They prepared all the necessary precautions of the process. Now they come to the Tumbbad village. Then they makes lots of flower dolls outside the well. As they ready to go down there, they make a circle of flour around the well. After they went down in well they make a flower circle around trunk. Because of that Haster will not going to come near them. Then they started throwing a wheat dolls on ground. As they started throwing the dolls Haster arrives, according to the count of the dolls. But Haster was unable to come close to them, because of flower circle around them. Haster had taken all the wealth from his mother, but when he started taking the grains, his brothers attacked him while he was going to get grains, and he had a debt, that he could not take the grains with his own hands. But here the people themselves were giving the grains to Haster, so why would he not eat the grains? After so many years, and due to this he could not cross the circle. The time passes and now it was quite late. Vinayak and his son were sitting in this circle, and were waiting that as soon as the dolls finish the Haster count will go down, but the Haster count stays the same. Even after they eat a doll, they have another big doll with them. Vinayak makes small dolls of that big doll and ties them on his body, because here it was necessary to sacrifice one of the two. He wanted to sacrifice himself and saves his son. Then Vinayak jumps out of the circle, and all Hastur follows him. He led them into the flower circle. Hastur turns into ashes as they follows Vinayak in the flower circle. Finally such a moment comes that here all the Hastur were finished, and now the son comes out of the well. After few minutes, Vinayak also comes out of the well. Then son comes back to his father and sees his father, but Vinayak also has the same fate. He had become like his grandmother and the pundit, and here Vinayak gives a bag of gold coins to his son. Vinayak tells his son that this is what you wanted. Meanwhile Vinayak's son remembers what he had said, that what is the use of such a life, which is full of pain and suffering, and after seeing all this he burns his father's body and frees him, and the movie ends here. We get a lot of things to learn from this movie, and the moral of the story is greed is not good, it is a curse.